To really experience this game, spend some time creating the perfect atmosphere. Turn the lights down and the volume up, and welcome to the other side.
Shut up and listen up.
The game begins with everybody taking it in turns to roll both dice to determine who will become the chosen one. Whoever rolls the highest wins. The chosen one is a creature of destiny, for it alone gets to choose the shape of things to come by assembling the provinces. The 6 sections of the game board lock together around the central hub. Each one fits over a raised tab which forms one square of the track. The provinces can be assembled in any order.
Makes for a pretty pattern, doesn't it, maggots?
Once the board has been assembled, the chosen one must take the 6 sets of duel cards and place them on the matching headstones in each province.
I don't mean to interrupt, but point the 6 headstones out to this idiot for me.
The headstones are located in the center of each province.
I bet you were good at show and tell, eh?
The 6 playing pieces representing the Harbingers are placed on top of the duel cards. The chosen one must then take the 6 sets of colored keystones and place them on the matching squares in each province. The character and Soul Ranger cards are arranged in a fan off to one side of the board, and the fate cards shuffled and placed nearby. The chosen one then takes the 6 numbskulls, shakes them, and then, without looking at the pieces, gives one to each player.
I like them skulls. Grinding the number in was almost as much fun as cleaning the insides out.
Each skull is marked with a number from 1 to 6. You should place your own skull in the groove in the central hub marked with the same number. Remember your number. This groove is called home, and you must start and finish the game from your own numbered space, rolling an exact number to return to it. Once you have placed your skull in the ring, take the slab marked with your number. This slab is used to hold your character card and any keystones you collect. Each player must then write their greatest fear on a slip of paper, roll it up, and give it to the chosen one to place in the Well of Fears, the cup which fits inside the central hub. When all the fears have been collected, the lid is snapped shut and the well inserted in the hub.
That is where all the garbage goes, eh? And whatever you're afraid of is probably rubbish.
The chosen one then inserts the game tape and presses play. Atmosfear is a race against time and the gatekeeper. He rules this game. To beat him, you will have to collect all 6 different colored keystones and then return home to face your worst fear. But it gets worse. He is only going to give you 16 minutes to play, and he likes to play rough. He's the gatekeeper. Whenever he appears, you must stop whatever you are doing and listen to everything he has to say. If you are midway through a move, you must freeze and leave your playing piece where it is. Your turn is null and void. Everybody starts out as a Soul Ranger, a numbskull with a common aim, to become a Harbinger, one of the 6 creatures who preside over the provinces of the other side.
Geworden, the werewolf, Hell in, the poltergeist, Khufu, the mummy, Baron Samdi, the zombie, and the Shatran, the witch, Elizabeth Bathory, the vampire.
To become one of these characters, you must land exactly on one of their 6 headstones. When the tape begins, players take it in turns to roll 1 die, leaving home and striking out for the headstone of their choice. The chosen one rolls first. You can race out to any headstone using the ring road to gain access to any area of the board. The ring road is the track which runs around the central hub. You can only move in one direction. You cannot move backwards and then forwards during your move. You do not have to move on your turn. On your journey to a headstone, you cannot collect any keystones or activate any symbols on squares you might land on. Ignore them all. You only have 10 minutes to reach the headstone of your choice and become a Harbinger. If 2 or more players are racing to the same headstone, whoever arrives first wins, forcing the others to look for any unclaimed headstones. The instant you land on a headstone, you become that Harbinger. Remove your numbskull from the board and place it in the groove behind your slab. From now on, you will be using your character's own playing piece. Take your character's card and place it in the slab with the keystone index facing you. This index outlines all the powers of the keystones you need to collect in order to win the game and beat the gatekeeper.
Fat chance.
Rejoin the game when your turn comes around by rolling 1 die and moving off your headstone on your quest for keystones. But you only have 10 minutes to become a Harbinger. If you fail, you will be drafted into the ranks of the Soul Rangers.
And that is nothing to be proud of, hey?
If more than half the players fail to become Harbingers by the 10-minute mark, the game is forfeited. The game tape must be stopped and the gatekeeper declared the winner.
I'm waving you goodbye.
You can journey from one province to another using any track except the ring road. To win a keystone, you must land exactly on a square holding one. You can collect as many keystones as you want. The more keystones you collect, the harder it is for your opponents to win. But you will still need all 6 different colored keystones before you can return home. Each color increases your power. But if you lose a colored keystone, you also lose its power. Keystones and their powers. The duel. Your own colored keystone gives you the power needed to duel with other Harbingers and Soul Rangers. When you collect this keystone, you can collect your duel cards from your headstone. Take your duel cards and place them behind your slab. To duel with a Harbinger, you must land exactly on a lightning strike. The instant you land on this square, deal one of your cards face down in front of the Harbinger you want to attack. Your opponent must counterattack by dealing one of their cards down. Both cards are then turned over. The card with the highest number wins, unless you have played a 7 and your opponent has counterattacked with an ace. An ace beats a 7, but nothing else. Without looking, the winner picks 1 keystone from the loser. Both cards, their powers spent, are then removed from the game. Your own keystone also gives you the power to dice duel with any Soul Rangers. To duel a Ranger, you must land exactly on a square with a skull, then roll 1 die. The Ranger you want to duel must counterattack by rolling 1 die, and whoever rolls the highest picks a keystone from the loser. You can only duel an opponent once from the same square. To duel again, you must leave the square and return to it, or go in search of another. Double dice. If you collect this keystone, you have the power to choose to roll 1 or 2 dice, doubling your speed. Flight. If you have the keystone providing the power of flight, you can move from one province to another without having to roll the dice. To fly from one province to another, you must land exactly on a square with a compass symbol. The instant you land on this symbol, you have the choice to move to any other square with a compass symbol. The gates. Gates are introduced, naturally enough, by the gatekeeper. You cannot pass through any gate unless you have a keystone allowing you to do so. This keystone also allows you to reposition that gate elsewhere on the board, in a place where it could block the passage of an opponent. If you do not possess the keystone giving you the power to pass through a gate, you must wait and try and roll your number before proceeding past the obstacle. The black hole. One square to be avoided at all costs, unless you have the keystone that gives you the power to release yourself, is the black hole. If you are unfortunate enough to stumble into a black hole, or worse, be banished to one by the gatekeeper, you cannot play again until you are released by the gatekeeper or have the keystone allowing you to free yourself. Even if you have this keystone, you must still move to the closest black hole, releasing yourself on your next turn. Occupation. The sixth and final keystone will give you the power to occupy or steal a square another opponent is on, severely handicapping them in the process. They might have to roll a 6 to play again, or be forced to return to their headstone. Each Harbinger can impose a different punishment, and these are listed in the Keystone Index on the back of each character card. Fate. At regular intervals throughout the game, you may be asked to
take a fate card and read it out loud.
The instructions on these cards must be instantly obeyed. They can turn the game in an instant for better, but mostly for worse. Last and least, the Soul Rangers. The simple numbskulls who failed to become Harbingers, who failed to make it to headstones in time. Found in the sewers or the dark side of the provinces, they play by their own set of rules, preying on anybody foolhardy enough to venture into their underground waste. If you are unfortunate enough to remain a ranger, your first job will be to turn any unclaimed provinces over to the other side, reposition any keystones, and then take a Soul Ranger card. Any Harbinger caught in a province that is turned over must return to their headstone. Soul Rangers play the game using their skulls and can resume play from any square bearing this symbol in any sewer. Rangers cannot win keystones by landing on them. Instead, they must prey on Harbingers, lying in wait in the sewers, then chasing them down and trying to land on the same square. If a Ranger lands on the same square occupied by any other opponent, it can steal a keystone from that character. Soul Rangers have no morals and even chase each other down. Soul Rangers cannot be banished and instantly release themselves, even if sent to a hole by the gatekeeper. Fortunately, Soul Rangers are confined to the sewers and cannot set foot in a province unless the gatekeeper releases them, or they have enough keystones to release themselves. Soul Rangers must return to the sewers if a curfew is imposed, unless they have the keystone which frees them. In which case, they can ignore any curfew and continue playing in the provinces. Soul Rangers can use the ring road at any time to gain access from one province to another. Rangers cannot pass through gates and must roll their number before proceeding through. Like Harbingers, Soul Rangers still need 6 different colored keystones to win and must return home, roll a 6, and face their worst nightmare to beat the gatekeeper. Winning. Once you have collected all 6 different colored keystones, you can start to make your way home, leaving the provinces and entering the ring road that leads to your own numbered groove. To make it home, you have to land exactly on your own numbered groove. Once home, you must wait and try and roll a 6. The instant you roll a 6, request an opponent to remove the well, shake out a fear, and read it out loud. If it is not your fear, say not and press stop on the VCR, stopping the clock and beating the gatekeeper. But if it is your worst nightmare, the fear must be returned to the well, and you must return to your headstone and try again.
This is pathetic to have to watch. Truly pathetic. And I have seen enough. On your marks. Get ready. Get set. Go. Whose turn is it next? Hands up. Return to the start. And start again. Whose turn is it next? Hands up! Give me your number. You could have that many free turns. Or you could point the finger at the maggot you would like to see return to the start. Whose turn is it next? Hands up! Miss a turn. Whose turn is it next? Hands up! What is your number? That's how many free turns I'm going to give you. Say thank you. Anybody who is in a black hole is released. I hate that. Whose turn is it next? Hands up. It is better to give than to receive. So, what is your number? I'm going to give you that many free turns. Whose turn is it next? Hands up! You are stuck between a rock and a hard place. Take a gate and place it directly behind you. Then miss a turn. Anybody who has failed to make it to Headstone is never going to make it, for they are now Soul Rangers! Whose turn is it next? Hands up! I need a good laugh. So I want you to take a fate card and read it out loud. Stop! Whose turn is it next? Hands up! Take a gate and place it wherever you want. Time for some anarchy. Any Solar Ranger is now released from the sewers to prowl the provinces, chase the Harbingers, run them down. Stop! Whose turn is it next? Hands up! Not anymore. You're banished. Hands up! What is your number? Huh? Would you like to have that many free turns? You can. Or you can point out the maggot who has an early lead. And that maggot must return one keystone, putting it back where it belongs. Anybody wallowing in a black hole is released. Whose turn is it next? Hands up! What is your number? You could take that many free turns. Or you could point the finger at any maggot and force it to show its hand for the rest of the game by turning all its keystones around so that all may see. Your call. Whose turn is it next? Hands up! Roll one die, and the number you roll is the number of turns you will miss. turn is it next? Hands up! Take a fate card and read it out loud. Whose turn is it next? Hands up! Now, wave to me, precious. I'm waving to you. I'm waving you goodbye. You are banished. Whose turn is it next? Hands up! Take a gate and place it where it is going to do the most damage. Whose turn is it next? Hands up! You could have a free turn. Or you could impose a curfew on the Solar Rangers. That curfew means any Solar Ranger must return to the symbol stones in the sewers. They are grounded for 10 minutes and cannot set foot in any province. The choice is yours. Whose turn is it next? Hands up. Take a fate card and read it out loud. I haven't had a good laugh in ages. If you are wallowing in a black hole, you are released. But in return, you must return to your headstone. Stop! Where is the chosen one? Hands up! A long time no see, hey? Did you miss me? Shut up. So tell me, chosen one, who do you think needs a bit of a handicap right now? Point that maggot out, and it is going to have to roll its number to play again. Thanks, chosen one. Whose turn is it next? Hands up. I have a proposition for you. You can roll one die and have as many free turns as the number you roll. Or you can point out who is winning, and that maggot must return one keystone and then return to its headstone. Your call. I'm going to have to impose the curfew now. And then your Solar Ranger must return to the sewers immediately. Return to your symbol stones. You are grounded until I choose to release you. Whose turn is it next? Heads up!
You are going to hate me for this.
Return the keystone to the place you found it, or roll your number to play again. The curfew is over. The Solar Rangers are released. Anybody in the black hole is released. Whose turn is it next? Hands up? So, what's it to be? A. You can be banished. B. you can return a keystone to the place you found it. Or, see, you can roll your number to play again. Variety is the spice of life. Whose turn is it next? Hands up! The winner takes all. Who would you like to get even with, maggot? Point the finger. Ah, a worthy opponent. Each of you will take a turn to roll both dice, and the one who rolls the highest wins and takes all the loser's keystones. Easy come, easy go. So, whose turn is it next? Hands up! Return to your headstone. Whose turn is it next? Hands up! I want you to tickle my funny bone. Take a fate card and read it out loud. Who stands it next? Hands up! Huh? I don't like the look of you. So you can forfeit your turn. So who's next? Hands up! You can forfeit your turn too. Now who's next? Hands up! You? You're banished! What goes around comes around, hey? Any imbecile who has fallen into a black hole is released. But there is a catch. You have to return to your headstone. Stop! Whose turn is it next? Hands up! Take a gate and place it where it will cause the most chaos. I love a bit of anarchy. Whose turn is it next? Hands up! Take the good with the bad. Take a keystone from each one of your opponents. And then roll your number to play again. Whose turn is it next? Hands up! Ah, you could have a free turn. Or you could point the finger at the maggot you would like to see have to roll a 6 to play again. Your choice. Whose turn is it next? Hands up! I do not want to get a bad reputation, so I'm going to let you pick any keystone your little heart desires from another opponent. Whose turn is it next? Hands up. Return one keystone. Put it back where it belongs. Or roll your number to play again. At least I gave you a choice. So say thank you, huh? If you fail to say thank you, you can also miss a turn, you arrogant little twerp. Anybody who is in a black hole is released. Stop! Whose turn is it next? Hands up! Do you believe in miracles? Take one keystone from each opponent. Now, do you believe? Whose turn is it next? Hands up! Give me your number. You could have that many free turns. Or you could point the finger at any maggot and it must return to its headstone. Whose turn is it next? Hands up! I want you to take a fate card and read it out loud so we can all laugh at your expense. Stop! So, who has the most keystones, hey? Hands up. return one keystone to the place you found it. Or roll your number to play again. It is over, you idiots. You have lost, and you only have yourselves to blame. So good riddance.